All right, let's do this one, y'all. I ain't really got that much time. I know it's late, but I work late, so it is what it is. So let's go ahead and do this. Let me see if anybody's up. Are you with me? How much? Oh shit! God damn it! God dang it! It's kind of trolling though. I mean, I gotta be real about it. So here's what we're gonna do, man. We're just gonna talk about some things. I'm gonna call out how fake y'all be, acting like y'all really about that rah-rah. You know, but I really feel like, let me clean this shit up. I really feel like y'all really just, it's like some of you guys are just way too obsessed with being oppressed. Like you're obsessed with no progress. Like you're content with being able to be on Facebook and Twitter and everything complaining, oh, we don't do the politics, or we don't do this and that. Here's the weird thing about it. Here's what's so weird about you guys, right? You don't do politics because politics ain't nothing. It don't mean nothing, right? So you can't participate, right? That's what you guys, that's what I see all day on Facebook, how none of the candidates are shit. There's nothing that we can do. But you're begging for a stimulus package, which takes politics to pass, right? Okay, whatever. I mean, $1,200, I guess that's a lot of money. So, you know what I mean? Fuck the politics one day, but then you need that stimulus package, right? Now, peep game. If you don't really fuck with politics, why do you care what Ice Cube is doing? Why does it matter? Why do you find ways to gaslight everything that could be progress? This is what y'all do. It's like anything that could be progress, you shun it, but you don't want to participate in shit. You don't do economics. You don't do politics. You don't want to support InFact. You don't want to put your money in black businesses. You don't want to bank black. You don't want to support black education. You don't want to do none of that shit, right? So let me just recap because I covered this on my YouTube channel. So you know my main YouTube channel got taken down. I started a new one. I don't really advertise on Facebook too much, but I covered when Ice Cube first came out with the contract with Black America, right? And I read it, looked over it, and I gave it a grade of a C. I'll give it a C because it's really not all that, honestly. But at least he made the effort. Not only that, when he made it, he even stated, yo, anybody that want to contribute or bring this forth to other people who's more qualified to write this than me to contribute to it, I encourage them to do so. So he left it open for people to add to it. He left it open for people to run this shit through the intelligent minds of our community to add to it. Now, just understand something. If you have an opportunity, so when he wrote it, blah, 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 now Trump's trying to do his thing with his reelection. He's trying to get black votes. So he asked Ice Cube, hey, and he presented to both parties. So apparently Donald Trump was like, hey, can I use this? I'm trying to make a little something for the black people, for the blacks. You mind if I use this, Cube? It's going to be bigly. Whatever he said, Cube was like, yeah. I mean, I wrote this because I want this to get in front of people who make laws so they can understand some of the demands that black people have. Okay? So a politician ran with it for whatever reason. Donald Trump wanted to try to do his thing. He wants to get black voters, whatever the reason. It don't even fucking matter. Because if you guys would stop being so concerned about who likes you, and they're trying to trick us. Like it's 2020, you're still talking about that. They're trying to trick us shit. How dumb are you, or how much do you not have any value for the intelligence of yourself or your people that you really think in 2020 these motherfuckers are still running game to trick us? They shoot us down in the fucking streets and then get away with it. The fuck you think they need to trick you for? Y'all ain't no fucking problem. Y'all niggas are not a fucking problem that they gotta run through trying to trick niggas, man. Cut it out. Power and power. If you have a chance to sit down with some of the most powerful people in the world and present your ideas that could benefit you and your people, you would be a fool not to do that. You'd be a fool not to do that. But you're on Facebook every day with the bullshit. I don't mind because I invest in Facebook like I told y'all to do a long time ago. See, all the practical shit. Now keep in mind, I've been doing this shit for years. No matter what some of you goofy ass niggas say, I've been on the streets banging it out for years, putting in my community. Believe that. And nobody can say I don't. So I applaud anybody who puts in any kind of work. If you have any kind of work any kind of contribution. I don't need you to be perfect with it. I just need you to do something. And I'm going to applaud that because you'll get better. You'll get more refined as it goes on. But the same goofy ass ones sitting on the fucking couch are the same ones who anytime somebody does something, it's never good enough. Well, Khalid Muhammad said that Ice Cube wasn't a real gangster. Who gives a fuck? Y'all don't fuck with Khalid like that. So why you playing games, man? Y'all don't fuck with Khalid because if you was fucking with Khalid, you would have been fucking with the new Black Panther Party. Facts. If you was fucking with Khalid, you'd be building your communities. Facts. But you ain't doing that. And you don't even support those who do. No matter who brings up any kind of idea, any kind of principles, any kind of movement, you find a reason to gaslight it because it's never going to be good enough. For a bunch of conscious people who say you don't believe in Jesus, you damn sure won't accept any of our leaders unless they're perfect. That's what Amos Wilson called super niggerism. You hold our own to a standard higher than you hold them to. So Ice Cube was cool when it was fuck the police, a bitch is a bitch, smoking weed, hitting switches. He was cool then. But then when he puts down a black agenda to present at least food for thought, all of a sudden he's a sellout now? Okay. I think y'all are the sellouts. Because y'all don't mind supporting Cardi B and WAP, and y'all don't mind talking about who's fucking who in the celebrity world, but when a motherfucker tries to put down something, you can't applaud it. You can't applaud it and try to build onto it. You're mad about it. That's why I know y'all don't really believe half the shit y'all be saying. All that fly shit about it's our time and we're the kings and all. You don't believe that shit. Because if you believe that, then you would understand that it's time at some point for the former slaves to sit down and make fucking moves. You either sit at the table or you're on the menu. Y'all niggas is used to being food. So who gives a fuck if his plan don't work? Who cares? What was there before? How come y'all didn't put up a black agenda if you guys are so revolutionary? You know how many black agendas that we should have been presented? See, y'all want them to present a black agenda, because this is what I'm hearing by you guys. Oh, we ain't gonna vote because they don't have no black agenda. They ain't got no black agenda. Why would they have a black agenda? Why would you expect some 70-year-old white motherfuckers to have a black agenda for you? We should have the black agenda that we put to them. And then we'll support them if they push it. That's how it works. You think Jewish people are running around asking about, oh yeah, we need you to have an agenda for us? No, they tell you what the fucking agenda is. If you support it, then they support you. That's how it works. Y'all want them to bring a black agenda. So the fact that your own, who knows a little bit more about what we need than them, see, here's what happens is, I told you this before. All the shit that we talk on social media, on the grassroots, celebrities are listening. They're tapping in. They're on Twitter. They're on Facebook. They're on YouTube. They got cousins. They got aunties. They got regular motherfuckers that ain't millionaires and whoop-de-whoop. They know what the fuck we're saying. And some of them are listening to what we're saying and getting inspired by it, realizing that we have the potential to change our fucking condition. And now they're trying to put forth effort. And instead of backing them, you shun them. You shun the help. Those who are trying to actually help progress these thoughts. They're not going to come in perfect in the game. They ain't been studying Khalid for 20 and 30 years. They ain't been studying, you know what I'm saying? They're listening to what we're saying and they believed it. So they started making moves. But the problem is you didn't believe it. So you shunned them when they make these moves. You're acting like Ice Cube presenting a black agenda. He didn't really present it to Trump. He wrote it. It was sat there for months without nobody doing nothing with it. None of us was picking up on it like, yeah, that's what's up. We need to add on this. You didn't do none of that. He presented it to the Democrats and Republicans. The Republicans picked it up. He said, yeah, have at it. You can use what you need out of it for your little shit. That's really what it should be. We really should be presenting our shit to them. Like, this is what we want. We want reparations. We want whoop-de-whoop healthcare. We want access to more funds for entrepreneurship. We should be saying the things that we need. We should be saying that to them. And then let them put it in the policy, and then we support them. That's really how it goes. So God forbid a nigga, God forbid a nigga try to make something happen, because the same conscious people who are always complaining, it's like you guys don't want to lose your right to complain or something. Even if it don't work, who gives a fuck? Try it again. His plan was only really C. Rewrite it, do it again. But that's the model that we should be going through from now on. Instead of talking about how you don't participate in politics, we need to fucking participate in politics. Because politics is the redistribution of wealth and power and policies. Why wouldn't you want to be at the table when these things are being hashed out? It don't make sense. See what Victor Enoch is saying. He attempted proposing a plan that will benefit all people of color. Fuck Trump. It ain't about him or HOAS, or I think it's his administration. The media is filling the red and blue jargon and throwing shade on Q because... Let me see if you're saying something. Yeah, that's a lot of shit, man. The government and drain the will, fuck, whatever. But, from what you were saying, it sounded like you was on some good shit, but I just don't feel like we know that. Sorry, not trying to be their puppeteer. Here's the thing, though. Because you were on to something. He put together something that would benefit the people. I hope I didn't accidentally block you, though. He put down something that would benefit the people. He put down something that he knows, remember? Everybody can only do what they know. Like you didn't expect Ice Cube to be a black nationalist fucking scholar, did you? He writes movies. He writes songs, and he's very good at writing. That's the skill set that he has. So if he could use that skill set to put some ideas together based on what he's probably fucking learned from us, then we should applaud that. Or we should go to the drawing board and present something better. In fact, T West, somebody who's I've interviewed a few times on Black Guy Stand Radio, he's on Facebook. He presented a plan about it over a year ago. Nobody ran with that shit. We should be always presenting plans to local politicians, to federal politicians. We should be pushing our agenda so they know what the fuck we want. It's one thing to do it on social media, which some of us on Code have been doing that, but it's another thing to all get behind it and to really start pushing it across the fucking board instead of waiting for them to have the agenda. So Ice Cube took the initiative because he's seeing ain't nobody else doing it, and y'all are mad about it. You guys are mad about it. What kind of shit? You guys are mad that Ice Cube was like, yo, let me try to pin something that might benefit our people, and maybe one of these politicians could pick up on it. And y'all are mad about it, but you guys are begging for a $1,200 stimulus check. You're begging for a funky ass $1,200 stimulus check, which only happens because of politics. And I was telling you, Andrew Yang, yo, he's not a bad choice to consider. He would have been better than Biden. Bernie would have been better than Biden. But you ain't critically thinking. So meanwhile, while you don't do politics, you have no idea what kind of law has been passed in the last week. You have no idea the Congress just got sent Bitcoin. You have no idea the kind of moves that are being made by the billions right now economically that will affect you, that I've been telling y'all about for a year now, and it's starting to come to fruition, but you don't want to listen to practical shit. That's why all these years of me being a Panther, I had to fall back for a minute. Not because I have anything against any of the Panthers. It's because I realized our people ain't really trying to support this shit. And why am I going to sit up here and struggle to try to do some shit for people who don't fucking even appreciate it when I need to get my money up first? Then I'll be able to do more. That's why I started switching and started really going hard on investing in cryptos and shit. And since then, I've been leveling up personally. Now I'm in a better situation to put together my nonprofit and my other businesses that I can put together programs without putting myself in financial distress because niggas don't support the shit. Facts. Because if we really was using even our social media appropriately, you know how much money we made Popeye's Chicken when they dropped that punk ass little chicken sandwich? Hundreds of millions, probably $1 billion. Because we were hashtagging Popeyes so goddamn much on Twitter that even Twitter said we probably saved Popeyes $34 million of advertising in the first week. But you ain't doing that when it comes to black banks, when it comes to the moms and pops chicken restaurants, when it comes to real shit that could really affect us. So you'll put your support against some bullshit, but you won't put your support against something or on something that can actually benefit us. But it's the same ones who ain't never put in no kind of work or no kind of support for nothing that's always telling us what we need to do. Art of War. Victor, what's up? Everybody that's watching, the sad truth. Yeah, so that's all I'm saying, man. Like, at some point, understand how power operates. No one else out there goes around and belittles those who are trying to do something on their behalf, even if you don't agree just shut the fuck up and stay on code. Or if you think there's something better, then put forth what you got. And if it's better, we'll support it. This is just number one step, right? It's going to refine and get better and better. See, if people would support this and support the idea, we can go back to the drawing board and write a better plan. Because Ice Cube's contract with Black America, like I said, it was only a C. It was a C at best. It wasn't all that. But it's better than the plan that you put out. And it's a start. Nothing happens overnight. Practical shit. Practical moves have to be made. It's not enough to sit on Facebook talking about how the perfect revolution should pop off. Y'all ain't trying to pop shit off. But here's one thing y'all do to gaslight. And I'm going to end this up. I notice how a lot of y'all act like there's nothing that can happen. Oh, no, economics won't work because it's still the Federal Reserve System. Oh, nothing will ever work. And then when you ask, well, what is the solution? Oh, we just got to tear this whole thing down and start all over. Okay, well, in effect, you want to tear some shit down, and we only need a good million of us. We can get busy on that. But you ain't really going to do that. See, what y'all do is you'll propose something so extreme that you know you ain't going to do it. Nobody else is going to do it. So therefore, you have an excuse not to do nothing. And that's called fuckery. That's Facebook fuckery. And if I didn't invest and have Facebook stocks, I wouldn't even waste time with this shit. But carry on, because Facebook stocks are going up because y'all silly ass Negroes who will do nothing else but be on Facebook talking a bunch of shit, but you won't support some shit that's in your fucking favor. And that's a motherfucking shame. And that's why I don't believe that y'all believe the shit y'all say. And you're full of shit. Random Thoughts of Your Highness on Facebook. Look it up. Subscribe. Crypt Talk Podcast. Look that up on YouTube and subscribe. Learn about some real shit. There's real moves being made right now. That's what it is. Shout out to everybody watching. Peace.